Hello everyone and welcome back to my Senate election prediction videos where I take a look at the Senate elections going on across America this year and give you my thoughts, predictions, and insight into the races. And today we are looking at the special election occurring in the state of Oklahoma. And this is for the seat currently held by Republican Senator Jim Inhofe, who has announced his retirement. Senator Inhofe is in his fifth full term. In 2020, Senator Inhofe was elected with a margin of victory of 30%. In 2016, Donald Trump won Oklahoma with a margin of victory of 36% over Hillary Clinton. In 2020, Donald Trump's margin of victory in the state of Oklahoma was 33%. Donald Trump had obviously a 3% lower margin of victory in Oklahoma from 2016 to 2020. In this election, the Democratic nominee is Kendra Horn. Ms. Horn is a former one-term representative from the state of Oklahoma. She represented the 5th District, which is essentially Oklahoma City Metro. Her election in 2018 was a shock to the political world, as no one saw it coming. Not even the most rosy predictions of the Democratic victory in 2018 had her becoming a member of Congress. And she was one of the most vulnerable members going into the 2020 election. And she was very consistent in supporting the Democratic Party, even though she represented a fairly conservative district. She voted for the impeachment of Donald Trump and many other positions of the Democratic Party during her time in Congress. And she was the first Democrat to represent that congressional district in 44 years. And she was the first Oklahoma Democrat elected in 8 years, reflecting the right turn the state has taken in recent years. Her Republican opponent is a man by the name of MarkWayne Mullin. Mr. Mullin represents the 2nd District. And he is very conservative and very MAGA-type Republican, very controversial figure. In 2021, during the American withdrawal from Afghanistan, he asked U.S. embassy officials in Tajikistan for assistance in going to Afghanistan to retrieve 5 American citizens. And they said no, and he went anyway. It was a very weird incident at the time. Mr. Mullin is a Native American. He is an enrolled citizen of the Cherokee Nation, and he is one of 4 Native Americans currently serving in the United States Congress. So that is a interesting fact about him. Also, he has a mixed martial arts professional record of 3-0. He is undefeated. 2 by submission and 1 by knockout. So that's another interesting fact about him. If you Mr. Mullin finished first in the first round of voting in the primaries, and he won the runoff against a fellow Republican who was the former Speaker of the Oklahoma State House. About 50, if you take the ballots cast in the first round, about 58% were cast for Republicans, and 41% of ballots were cast for Democrats. And there's no doubt how this race is going to go. Oklahoma is one of the most conservative states in the nation. Donald Trump won the state with over 30% of the vote, each time a 30% margin of victory. And Jim Inhofe won the state 2 years ago with a margin of victory of 30%. MarkWayne Mullin is going to be elected to the United States Senate, and this will be a hold for the Republicans.